you're all smiling, right? Like thumbs up, yay, right? All right, we're happy to be here. Yes. Okay. Hi, I am Mrs. Arnett. Should I move? Can you hear me? Okay. I am Mrs. Arnett. I'm the dean of students. So I am the person who is in charge of any discipline issue, attendance, and that kind of stuff here at JCA. We're going to start off talking about your absences. So if you're absent, it's different this year. If you don't feel good, we want you to call in sick. Normally, you only get a set number of days that you can have unexcused absence. That means like you were just had a cold or you're sick and you didn't come to school and you didn't go to the doctor. Normally, there's a limit on those. This year, there is not. Why is there not a limit? What do you think? Because of COVID, right? If you guys right now are all 6 feet apart, so that's great, but in all our classes, you aren't all 6 feet apart. And what happens is if you're not 6 feet apart and you're sick and you go home sick, and then the nurses will talk about this a little bit more, everyone around you is going to have to go home too. So you're going to be gone, you're going to be home for 10 or 14 days, depending on what happens. So that is a huge deal, and that means there's a lot of kids that will have to go. We have remote learning, and kids can learn from home, which is, not bad. It's better than it was last year when we've improved and everything. But we want to see you in person. We think that it's the best way is you're in a classroom interacting with your peers and interacting with your teacher. So if you don't feel good, please have your parents call you in sick, okay? I didn't talk to your parents because we didn't have, we had the water main break, but I did have a video that hopefully all your parents watched, and then we have the parent handbook that has all the rules and regulations on everything at JCA that you guys need to look at. It's been updated, and you need to look at that because it has all the rules we're going to be talking about today in there, okay? So if you're sick, what your parent is going to do is they're going to call into the dean's office. Most likely they'll leave a message. That's air conditioning. Most likely they'll leave a message, and they're going to say if there are any COVID-related symptoms. So, or if you're quarantined, or if you've been exposed, and you'll let us know, and then one of our nurses will call your parents back and find out what's going on with you, okay? So what that means is all your absences are excused. If you are on quarantine, what's going to happen is you'll go to remote learning. So you'll be able to watch what's going on in your classroom live, and you'll sign in on your computer. Now, you won't be able to do that first day you're sick. So if you're just sick, regular sick, what you're going to do is you're going to check Teams, you're going to check and send a message to your teacher and find out what your assignments are, okay? You are in high school now, so that's your responsibility, not your teacher's responsibility to contact you. It's your responsibility to contact your teacher, okay? Okay, so you're going to call your absences in. The nurses will follow up with that. Let me see where I'm at. We still do have, if you look at the handbook, you still will get, in trouble for too many tardies. So if you're late to school, and I know as freshmen you might carpool or your parents, but if you're late to school, you can only have, after 5 times you're late to school, you'll get a warning from me. 10 times you will, and then at your 12th one, you'll have a detention, okay? So you have to try to get to school on time, okay? It's very important to be here on time. For drop-off, like we did today, what you're going to do is pull in, you'll drop out, get off your car. It's very, very important that your parents know you can't be here, the doors don't open until 7:30. Today's a nice day, it wasn't bad waiting outside. But if you're here at 7 o'clock and you have to wait outside and it's cold and raining, it might be kind of bad, right? The reason why is because you guys do not have lockers. You have your backpack, so you're going to bring your books and what you need for the day in your backpack. And then you're going to carry your backpacks to class. Because we don't have lockers, we don't want people gathering in the hallways, because we do not want, if you're together for more than 15 minutes and someone's sick, then you're going to have to be quarantined. So we want to limit the time you are in the hallway. So when you come to school, you will go immediately to first or 8th period, whatever it is with the schedule. So you won't sit and chat with your friends in the hallway. You'll have to go to class. There'll be teachers in the hallway that say get to class. So do not get here till 7:30. The door does not open until 7:30. The first class starts at 7:50, okay? Talking about backpacks. Obviously, you're going to have to put your books in your backpack. Normally, that's kind of a weird thing for school, right? You don't carry your backpack around. If you have something in your backpack you're not supposed to, your teacher can search your backpack or send you to me, and I will search your backpack. Okay, so make sure you don't have things you're not supposed to have in your backpack. You may carry, you can't use our drinking fountains. Drinking fountains, it's the whole thing with touching the droplets and, spreading COVID. So there you'll see tapes over them. You may bring water bottles to school. If you're, you can use a water bottle that you fill up. If you have a Yeti or something, you fill it up, or you can have plastic ones, but I was in charge of the environmental club last year. I'd rather have refillable ones because those plastic ones go in landfills and on our earth, right? So we don't want to use those. I'm trying to guilt you. I can tell you're all smiling at my jokes, right? Okay, so you can have your water bottles in your backpack. In class, you can take a drink of water. Just, fill your basket up, take a drink, and put it down to take a drink of water, okay? Your teachers will let you use the restroom. You'll have your planners that they'll sign to let you go to the bathroom. We're only going to let one person at a time out of the class, and you've got to go quickly and come back because we don't want people gathering in the restrooms, okay? Let's see, so detentions, now our next thing is detention, which I know none of you guys are going to get. Detentions, because of COVID, we can't have after-school detentions. So detentions are only in the morning. So if you get a detention because if you misbehave in class, your teacher will give you either a writing assignment or their own detention. If you have a dress code violation, you're not following what you're supposed to wear, or there's a whole list of things in the handbook that you can get a detention for. It's going to be served with me or Mrs. Johansson, who's in the dean's office also. At 7 a.m., you have to bring your planner, paper, and a pen, and you're going to have your detention from 7 a.m. to 7:50. We may go out and pick up garbage. We may go clean stuff around the building, or you may sit and write the whole time. So it's not fun to be here at 7 o'clock in the morning for a detention. If you get too many detentions, what's going to happen if you get more than 5, you're going to have Saturday, and that's going to be a 2-hour Saturday morning, which I will be happy being here Saturday morning. So I will definitely have you picking up trash around the building Saturday morning. So let's not get any Saturday detentions, right? Right? I want to see everyone saying yes. I don't want to do Saturday detention. Good, thank you. Okay. And again, everything is in your handbook. You need to read that handbook and see what behaviors and what things that we expect of you here at JCA, okay? Dress code, you guys left out. Because the only good thing about COVID, you guys get to wear your spirit wear or your uniforms on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you get to wear what you're wearing right now, like your gym clothes. And the reason why we're doing it is because of gym class, because you can't change. So what you wear to gym, you have to wear all day. So we're going to let everyone do that. On Wednesdays, when you're in live learning, you do have to have a polo shirt on. You have JCA polo shirt on, okay? Otherwise, you can wear jeans, you can wear gym shoes, you can wear your JCA shirt. You have to wear a JCA shirt or a sweatshirt, shorts, whatever you want. Your shorts, girls and boys, need to be fingertip length, okay? So they need to be here about 6 inches above your knee. So make sure that you have the right leg shorts on. But you can wear JCA clothes. If you don't want to, one day you're like, I want to wear my uniform, you can wear your uniform if you don't have gym class, okay? If you have gym class, you have to wear your gym clothes because you can't change your gym teacher, okay? Anyone have any questions about spirit wear or what you wear? Uniforms and anything like that? No? Okay. Let's see, masks. Everybody, you guys are doing an awesome job. We have to have the masks on at all times because it's gonna help us stay at school, okay? They have to be masks. They can't, originally I sent out a thing that said they could be those neck gaiters. If you have one on today, that's fine, but you have to wear a mask because those are found not to be as effective when you're at a long period of time, okay? So it's disposable, it's got to be solid color. They also have, I see you have one from the Spirit Shop, they've got nice ones that you can breathe with from the Spirit Shop too. And she's ordering more, so you can get those too from the Spirit Shop, okay? Bring an extra mask because if it breaks, I was in a restaurant and I was fixing it and the like little cord of the disposable one broke and I didn't have an extra mask and I had to like tie it. It was really stupid, but then I had to have it on, so then I had to leave. So make sure you bring an extra one in your locker, just have one there. You will be getting your lanyards, which are these, you have to wear at all times. Your lanyards will have your IDs, you'll get an ID. So picture day does everyone have their phone, which I don't normally let you have out, or a piece of paper or pencil? Anyone have your phones? Get your phones out right now. If you don't have a phone and you have paper, get that out. Okay, picture day for you guys is, so in your calendar, in your phone, picture day. Picture day is on either Thursday or Friday for you guys, depending on your English class. So if you have English class first, second, third, or fourth, your picture day is on Thursday. If you have picture day, if you have fifth, sixth, seventh, or eighth, your picture day is on Friday. I sent an email home to your parents and to your JCA email. You can wear a polo shirt, any color, doesn't have to be a JCA, or your spirit wear, but everyone's getting their picture done. So if you want to do your hair special that day or whatever, you'll get to take your mask off when you take your picture, but that's your picture day, okay? In 2 weeks, then you'll get your ID, and then you'll have your lanyard that you have to wear every day, okay? You can order online, so you don't have to have an order. Any questions from anybody about anything? Okay, so you're going to get the COVID from the nurses talk, okay? They're all smiling.
Good morning. How are we? I'm Mrs. Verselli. I'm one of the school nurses here at JCA. This is Mrs. McGinnis. There's actually 5 school nurses, so on any given day you can see a different one of us, so it just depends. Welcome, class of 2024. I know it looks different this year, and it will be different, but we will all do it together. If you have older siblings or you've been here before, you know that our health office used to be right next to Mrs. Arnett's office, the dean's office. We have moved. A little bigger space, a little bit more COVID friendly, because that's kind of where we're at for 2020. So we'll be in 113. We're getting our signage. You will eventually see the signs. So take a peek when you're walking down that 100 hallway and take a peek at 113, and then you can kind of see where we're going to be. My word I'm going to use for this year is grace. Give everybody grace. Patience and grace, because we are, like I said, we're all going to do this together. When you enter and exit the building, I'm going to start with that. Entering the building this morning, you entered through two. There's normally 3. I'm not sure exactly because it was just freshman orientation. There's normally will be 3. There'll be an entrance here at the Student Activity Center right here on Ingalls, and then one by I call it Mr. Varello's room, the science area, and then the one in the main office area. You'll go through or around, however you prefer, those temperature detectors. Put your wrist up or your forehead. It is a no touch, no contact thing. It'll read it and you'll walk through. Everybody will be, you'll have adults manning that spot. If you are 100.4 or higher, you will be asked to leave. So you will walk right back out. I assume none of you guys are drivers. So mom or dad will be called immediately and you guys will be sent home. Exiting the building is the same. We're asking for the best possible way when you exit this building to keep your distance. The distance is going to be huge this year. If we can keep the masks on and the distance, then we're ahead of the game. So just keep that in mind all the time. The masks. I know they're not fun, but they are so vital. We are all wearing them. And you know, honestly, we can do all this together. Let's work together on it. If you see somebody's mask that's slipping down, or maybe they're not wearing their mask correctly, just be kind and say, hey, your mask slipped down under your nose. Go ahead and slide that back on. That way we can all do this together. We're doing it as staff and faculty. You guys do it as students. Look out for one another. JCA is a family, so we're going to look out for one another and make sure that we all can stay as healthy as possible. We're going to be positive about masks. We are where we are, and we're going to look really positive about it. We're going to be, we're going to wear them. We're not going to complain about them because, again, we're a family, and we're going to keep each other safe as ourselves, and we don't want to bring anything home to mom and dad or grandpa or aunt and uncles together, whatever your situation is. So, hand washing. We got to wash our hands. We got to wash our hands frequently. I'm encouraging you guys to bring your own hand sanitizer. Feel free to keep it in your backpack, put it on your desk if you need it, whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you have your own, and it can be like refillable, then you can use it, take it home, refill it with something, with the same one, bring it back. There will be large hand sanitizers in each one of the classrooms, but if we can always bring our own too, then you have your own individual, and it just makes our supply a little bit easier to, a big one that I want to talk about, self-certification. So this morning, I can hope and trust that you guys got up, took your temperature, maybe mom or dad printed this off. This was given to them. It's also on our website. This is the Student Daily Self-Certification Checklist. This is one of the most vital things you will do prior to coming to school. Every single day. Every single day. You must do this. This keeps us safe, this keeps us healthy, and this keeps you in check to make sure that you are not coming to school sick and getting others sick as well. The symptoms. This says, has your student experienced any of the following symptoms in the past 24 hours outside of their normal known state of health? Fevers, chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. That's just the first question. If you have any of these symptoms, please stay home. Okay? This virus knows no young, old, whatever. There's no stigma given. If you don't feel good, please stay home. Within the past 14 days, have you been in close contact 6 feet or closer for at least 15 minutes? And I'll get on that in just a second. With a person who is known to have a positive COVID-19, or with anybody that has symptoms consistent with COVID-19. If your answer is yes, please stay home. Are you isolating or quarantined because you may have been exposed to a person with COVID-19? If your answer is yes, please stay home. If you are currently waiting results of a test, please stay home. I'm just saying this because we all care about each and every one of these people in this building and you guys. And now that you are a part of the family, let's do our part, okay? What is close contact? Close contact is less than 6 feet. Your desks right now, I'm pretty sure, are a little bit like 6.5, 7 feet. Close contact is less than 6 feet for 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes throughout the entire day. That's not 15 minutes in one setting. So keep that in mind. That's why distance is so important, okay? I know that we're all human beings and we, like to be close and stuff. That's just not what we need to keep the distance. So just be very conscious of your surroundings and keeping your distance, and it's okay to remind somebody to, step back or whatever, just let's do it in a kind way. For the health office, if you need to come see us, it's going to look a little bit differently, but for you guys, it may not be any different. You'll need to ask your teacher first. Normally, on a normal situation, you would just come and you would let your teacher know, and they would sign your planner, and you could just come on down. But because of our physical distancing that we need to keep in the health office and any other possible exposure situations that we might come across, and I hope we don't, we need to know that you're coming before you come. So the teacher will then call down to us and see if it's a good time. Clearly, if it is an emergency and you need to see us, that is a completely different situation. Okay, you need to let the teacher know it is an emergency and you need to see the nurse. So do not confuse those two. If you are diabetic or anything on, any other asthmatic, any of those things, and it is an emergency and you need to see us, please let your teacher know it is an emergency. I'm going to talk about the degrees of separation. So everybody's probably wondering, well, if Jimmy gets COVID and I was sitting by Jimmy, do I have to go home? So here's where it is. Here's where I can give you the best scenario that I can give you right now so you can understand how this works. If you are sitting less than 6 feet from somebody for 15 minutes, and that person develops symptoms of COVID-like symptoms, you will go home too. Because until you will go home and you will be required to quarantine for 14 days. So that is where I'm trying to get to you with the distance. If you were 6 feet or farther from that person who developed symptoms or even tested positive, you do not have to quarantine. So that is why I'm trying to really put into you guys the masks, the distancing. Though it is not our nature, let's really work on doing that so we can keep as many people healthy and as many people inside the school, because I can tell you right now, I love this school, and you will too. I have a daughter here, love it, and it's, let's treat every single person in this building like family. So let's keep our distance, let's wear our masks, and let's have a fabulous 2020-21 year. Okay, any questions for me, for Mrs. McGinnis?
Yeah, the only other thing is as far as,
Go ahead, take the mic, take the mic.
All right, the way the transmission goes besides being close to somebody for 15 minutes, it's touching. So keep your hands to yourself, hands to face to eyes, okay? COVID-19 can get in through your eyes, so you can post in your eyes, you can post in your nose, and you can post in your mouth. Keep your hands away from your eyes, don't be touching everybody else, and then touching your eyes. That's how the transmission goes. So that's why distance is so important, okay? Use your hand sanitizer, and then you can, whatever, use your hand sanitizer before, wash your hands before touching your face, touching your mouth, touching your nose.
We are always here for you. So if you have any questions, if your parents have any questions, please feel free to call our office. Feel free to email us. If you need to talk, if you need anything, let your teacher know that you need to come and talk to us. If it's a good time and we can get you in, we're happy to see you. All right? Welcome to JCA, guys.
Online learners. All right. So my name is Mrs. Horn, and I am during this hard time. And it is crazy, isn't it? Freshman orientation, the first day of high school, and we have these crazy masks on, we can sit far apart, and it's really strange and uncomfortable, right? But I want to tell you something. It's not going to stay this way. It's not going to stay this way. Next year at this event, you will have a big role to play. You will be the sophomores welcoming our new freshmen at orientation. Because that's what normally happens. At freshman orientation, normally we have a room full of student ambassadors who work this event in their last day or two of summer. They choose to be here to welcome our freshmen. So you aren't seeing that this year because of what's going on, but you will do that next year because it will be important to you to welcome new freshmen because you didn't get that experience, right? But this is temporary. This whole thing is temporary, and we together will get through it because that's who we are as angels and homes. We persevere. And that's what it takes in life, right? It takes a lot of courage sometimes. Things aren't always easy in life. You'll find it out if you haven't learned it already. I think we found it out a little bit through this pandemic, right? You didn't get to have a normal end of 8th grade, and that stinks. You didn't probably have a normal regular graduation that then you looked really forward to for a lot of years. Well, we're going to make up for that as soon as we can get through this. But we have to have each other to help one another, right? We have to have each other to build each other up and lift each other up. But that is who we are at Joy Tech. I want you to understand that about our school. So, one big component of being a Hilltopper or an angel is fighting for the guy who's struggling, lifting people up. There's somebody sitting alone in the cafeteria, you do not let them sit alone. You're the best guy on the football team, the strongest guy on the football team. It's you who should be helping the weakest guy. You're the smartest kid in your geometry class. Things are easy for you. You've got a kid that's struggling to your left. It's you that should be helping. Because I can promise you, at some point during these 4 years, you will be the person that needs support. You will be the person that needs help. And I hope that you will be able to look to your classmates and find support in them. That's who we are. One of our hallmarks is hospitality. Hospitality is a big word for being a welcoming person. It is who we are at our foundation, hospitality, welcoming others. You saw it here right now, all from different places, different backgrounds, different schools. We welcome everyone. Today, you are this school. This is who our school is now, class of 2024, for the next 4 years. It is you. You live the mission of Joy Tech. You live it. You are angels of home. So the way you represent our school and the community with your families, that matters. How you welcome others matters. How you treat others matters. You have to understand that that is part of who we are inherently in our mission. We are followers of Christ. That may be new for some of you it's not. Even if the kids are from Christian schools, Catholic schools, in this room right now, some of you have not always acted that way. Let's be honest. Right? Doesn't matter where you come from. If it's St. Ray's or Troy, we've all acted in ways that are not Christian. Right? So part of our job will be to lead you and teach you how to always treat one another with compassion, with empathy, with respect. That all matters here. And today begins. So whatever happened in the past, whatever you've done in the past, you can count on the fact that we will help you and guide you and correct you. I promise you. Once you can join together in mass or in events or whatever, if there's someone not acting the way they should be acting, or someone in the hallway mistreating someone, I can promise you I will correct you. That's my job. And I know your parents are sending you here for a reason. It's not cheap, right? So we will call you out and we will tell you, hey, man, it's got to be corrected. That's not what we do here, right? You can expect that. And you should be doing that. If you see someone mistreating another student, you should be correcting them. If you don't have the courage to do so, you should reach out to one of us. That is our job. We are your advocates. That's our first job, and it's our most important job. You should walk out of this room today, our student activity center, you should know that you have 5 people, your 4 counselors family, that will be your advocate, that will support you, that will help you if there's anything tough to get through. Okay? I need you to understand that. But I also need you to know that it's up to you. This experience is only what you make it. And we have to make the best of this, which you are doing today, right? You showed up with your masks. This is crazy, but we're moving forward. We're persevering together. Okay? And that's what we want you to do. We have to do that. It's hard for us too. I don't want to be talking to you with this crazy mask on. But life will present challenges for us. And our success depends on how we rise up. Whether it's on the athletic field, volleyball court, in the classroom, in life. As parents someday you will be parents. You may have a sick child. It takes courage to show up when you have a sick child. It takes courage to show up when you're getting beat on the field. You're down 14 out of the bathroom. It takes courage. Right? Or when you're down 24 to 22 with game point, match point, in a regional final, it takes courage to show up and get behind the serving line and serve hard. It takes courage. Life takes courage. But one thing you can count for sure, if you're like Catholic, is you will be supported. And you will be expected to rise up. Show courage. And when you don't have it within you, where can you look? This is both. Where do we find courage when we can't find it?
I find courage in my friends. I go to school, I look at my friends, other counselors, I ask them to help me with courage.
Anybody else? Where else can we find courage? Anybody? Else, where do you find courage? Your friend? Graham? Anyone else? Teachers, coaches, right? By your example. Sarah, where else do you find courage? Your family, for sure. You guys are missing one. Yes, Grace, is that Grace behind us? Where else can you find it, Grace? And God, thank you. Right? And God, you are never alone. You have friends, you have teachers, you have coaches, you have family, you have God. For the rest of your life, you have God. So when you don't believe you can do something, you can look to God. If you can't find anything else, you can find faith in God. Your trust in God. You will learn that you're a joy Catholic. When you leave and you graduate, you can rest assured that you will have learned that lesson through Kairos and through many other activities at JCA. You will be connected to God through our school and through one another. And that's really important to us. That is what will help us to get through this, right? That is what will help us get through a lot of our times in life, is our faith in God.
But we have to.
I won't get into the counseling part, but I just want to say that this is going to prepare all of us for better things, better times. But we have to decide that we can do it. We have to decide we're going to help one another. We have to decide we're going to lift each other up. And we have to remember that we're all different and unique, as determined by God, right? Some of us are scholars, some of us are musicians, some of us are artists, some of us are powerlifters. Whatever we bring to the table is important. Whatever talents you have, they are important. They are given to you by God. Every person in this room, every single one of you is gifted differently, uniquely by God. And it's our job to help you find those gifts, use those gifts, and share those gifts with others. But it's important that you also recognize that every one of you and one another have valuable gifts to offer and share. Right? And it's important that you do that. It's important that you listen to one another, that you respect one another's backgrounds, and that you learn from one another. That is what's going to make us a great school, and it's what's going to make you, the class of 24, special, tight, unique, and strong. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Cameron, and she's going to share with you a little bit about her role at her school, and then we'll get into the specifics of our counselors.
All right, good morning, everyone. As Ms. Moore said, my name is Cameron. I am the Director of Diversity and Inclusion here at JCA. Real quick, just so I have an idea of the room, how many of you were Cubs fans? Raise your hands high so I can see. Okay, Sox fans? Who follows hockey? Okay, Bears? Okay, who likes the color red? Plays an instrument? What do you play? Saxophone. That's fancy, like that. Who else raised your hand for an instrument? What do you play? Piano. Nice. Who speaks a different language? What do you speak? What else do you speak? Polish. Okay, good. Do you raise your hand? What else do you speak? I can't even say that. That's impressive. Very nice. The point is that all that is included with diversity. We all have these interesting habits, traits, characteristics, experiences, heights, all kinds of things that make us who we are. And I am just an added resources for the staff, the faculty, and all of you, and hoping you feel supported and appreciated and valued for all the small things that make you who you are. How many of you are into athletics? Oh, that's lovely. What sports do we have in the room? Basketball, raise your hand. Softball? Baseball? Soccer? Cross country? Tennis? Nice. Golf? Yes. Bowling? Cheerleading? Very nice. The best sport there is, volleyball? There we go. Football? Nice. Okay. All of that contributes to who we are. So if you ever guys ever need anything, my office is also up in the counseling center. And again, we're here to support you throughout your time here at JCA. Have any of you ever heard the expression, closed mouths don't get fed? No one's heard that before? Okay, we heard it today. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you need something, you have a question about something, go and ask. There are no stupid questions. Here you are starting your high school career, so make sure you're reaching out to those around you and asking those questions and seeking help when you need it. You don't need to figure it all out on your own to start. Okay? Ask those questions. So if you have any questions for me, my email, you can look that up. Stop and see me. Stop at the office. I will be out in the hallways the first couple weeks of school talking to everybody, just getting to know you. So stop and say hi. I will stop and say hi to you. And welcome to JCA. This is cool.
Okay, so we are a counseling department of 4 counselors. We have 3 generalist counselors and 1 college and career counselor. So we are divided, we're freshman class divided in thirds by alphabet. The end of the alphabet, P through Z, is my side of the alphabet, my part of the alphabet. Mr. Gilbert has, no, let's say,
I have A through G O.
and A through G O, and Mrs. Volz has,
Well, it's technically GP through O, but really kind of
so GR,
part of the alphabet.
yeah, the middle part of the alphabet is Mrs. Volz, and I have the end of the alphabet. And then we stay with you all 4 years of high school, according to your last name, and then Mrs. Clara right here is our college and career counselor, and she will work with you starting your junior year on the college application admission process and career exploration. So it's kind of nice because at last 2 years of high school, you essentially have 2 counselors because it's complicated. The college process is very, very challenging, and we want to be sure you're supported and guided throughout that process. And so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Gilbert. He's going to
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Gilbert. If you raise your hand if your last name is A through G. Awesome. You guys are the best students in school. Everybody else, good luck. Kidding. It's great. The great thing about our department actually is even though you are assigned to me, anybody here you can go and talk to at any time. Honestly, one of the best things about our department is we all truly do care about you, and we're here to advocate you for no matter what. Let it be educational, college, career, or you just have something kind of going on emotionally in your life. We are here to talk to you guys about it. We're here for you. We want to listen to you guys, but you guys have to come to us to talk to us so we can actually help you. We can't read your minds. And now more important than ever, you guys have these face masks on. It's hard for us to actually even see your facial expressions. So I really hope you guys actually utilize that and come down and talk to us. Communication is key, as I'm kind of hitting at here. So with that being said, electronic communication is really important. So your email, you guys have Microsoft Outlook. Do your best to try to check that on a daily basis. So we do send communication through email, not just from accounting, but other programs that we do use here in the accounting department. You and your parents will receive an email. Also, you're going to have Microsoft Teams, so you can message us at any time. If it's during school hours, we can respond. But if you send us an email on Wednesday at 8 o'clock at night, I'm probably going to be playing Call of Duty. It's okay. I'm not going to be answering that email until the next morning. Lastly, I forgot to mention this in the last group. If you guys should just be very careful with your social media accounts, it's just very important in your next 4 years. You guys, if you want to go to college, colleges will pay attention to what you post on the internet. You all see people in the NBA, MLB, just make that one slight mistake, and it sticks with them. And a lot of people end up losing scholarships, or they lose their entire career in the sport because of something that they were just saying in the heat of the moment. Always stop and think, and more importantly, if you really are that angry, come talk to us. That's why we're here. We're here to support you guys. No matter what the situation is, we're a big family. You're going to realize that really quick that all of us just want to help you get you exactly what your goals. So, very excited that you guys are here. I'm going to hand this off next to Mrs. Walls.
I don't know how this is going really well. Got it? Okay. So I am a little part of the alphabet, and first of all, welcome. I'm so excited you're all here. I'm a little part of the alphabet, and what I want to stress is pretty much what Mr. Gilbert and Mrs. Horn said as well. The importance of reaching out. If you're having difficulty academically or socially, we are here for you. Okay? We can't see your faces. We can't see your facial expressions. The teachers can't see your facial expressions, and we rely on that a lot. I mean, they can see if people are struggling because of their face. Oops, sorry. So, if you know a friend that is struggling, either academically or socially, reach out. Come tell us. Come tell a teacher. Okay? We're going to have to help each other even more this year. Okay? Because we have this little bit of a challenge. This is temporary. Okay? Remember that. This time is temporary. So reach out. If you're having trouble academically, we do have resources. We have a math lab and we have an English lab. And we have NHS tutors. Our NHS tutors did a great job during the quarantine with e-learning because they did Zoom calls. Okay? We have that available. It's real important as freshmen to do well your first semester, okay? But we're here to help you. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we're here to help you, okay? Bring it back to
would say it's a pretty good transcript, right? Your GPA is pretty strong, and that will matter with regard to your college admission, okay? So if you want to go to a very selective university, a highly selective place, well, Sarah, what would an example be of a highly selective university? Harvard, perfect example. Grace, maybe another example might be highly selective school. Grace, what would be another example of a highly selective school? Yale, great. Two Ivy League schools, Yale and Harvard. We have some schools in the Midwest that are very highly selective. Graham, what would be a highly selective school in the Midwest that you can think of? Northwestern, great example, Big Ten school. Purdue, another Big Ten school, Dave, right? Very difficult now. Illinois, very highly selective school, especially if you're going to study engineering or business, right? We have Illinois grad among this group here. Mr. Jaworski is here. He's Illinois grad. Mrs. Bolt and a lot of families who I went to UI. There's a lot of great schools in the Midwest, but those schools will be looking very carefully at your GPA. So what happens freshman year if you tank? You do poorly. It's tough to recover from that, right? It's hard. So if you're getting C's and D's freshman year, it's difficult to recover. However, on the contrary, if you start out strong, you have some really solid grades, you can only grow from that, right? And that's easy to improve on, and it's easy to keep strong if it's strong to begin with. All right? It's difficult to claw your way up. But if you start strong, you have a great foundation, and that matters. So, GPA from the beginning. How do we check our grades? We use a system called Plus Portal. At St. Paul, St. Mary's, we use what? Schoolseat, right? Schoolseat. Troy, they use Skyward. What are some other programs that you use in middle school to help you check your grades? Yes? Perfect. Home access network. So we use different online programs, but at Joint we use Plus Portal. So what is Plus Portal? It's just your online grading system that the teachers will enter grades in that system, and it will communicate various things in Plus Portal. Your parents will check your grades in that system, and you will as well. If you don't check your grades, you don't know how you're doing, you don't know if you're missing something, usually a teacher might put a 0 in if you missed a grade, so that it's a good reminder, like, oh, hey, I gotta get that turned in, okay? If we're learning online on Wednesdays, it's really important that you stay on top of it and communicate, like Mr. Gilbert said, through email, through Teams. So check your Plus Portals regularly. You are going to get, if you have not gotten it already, you're going to get an email activation from an email, Mrs. Goolsby, Peg Goolsby. Look for that email. She's going to send you a Plus Portal email with your activation code. And what you're going to do is follow very simple directions, set up your portal, write down your password so you don't forget it. You're going to need to log into that regularly. And make sure from the very beginning you're working at getting the best grades that you can. It matters at JCA. Your homework matters, and your grades really matter. And why do they matter? Because we want you to get into the best university that you can. And we know that the universities care about your grades. So let's put our best foot forward with regard to our GPA from the very beginning. If something is hard, if it's too difficult, if you are in an honors math class and you're finding yourself overwhelmed, you have to let us know. All right? Now, I'm not saying you give up right away. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you talk about it with your teacher, you talk about it with your counselor, you talk about it with your parents. Because maybe in middle school you got straight A's, always. I've had that happen many times where kids get a lot of really good grades throughout grade school or middle school, then they get to JCA and there are a lot of honors classes, and all of a sudden, it's not so easy to get an A. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with getting a B if you have a healthy challenge and you're doing your best. But if you're taking everything and totally overwhelmed over the first quarter, that warrants a discussion, right? With your counselor, teacher, and parents. And we will support you with that. You might just need a simple level change. It's not a big deal, right? It's more important that you feel confident, that you're working hard, and that you're reaching your potential. But but we don't want to have a bunch of C's and D's on the report card. But we have a tough grading scale at JCA. For those of you coming from public schools, our grading scale is very difficult. You know, a 93 and above is an A, which is different than public schools, right? It's not 90, 80, 70, 60 here at JCA. So familiarize yourself in your planner with our grading scale. That's a big difference from public schools. But you know what? It's to your advantage. Because when you go to college, you will be prepared and ready for that challenge, right? You will have worked hard to earn your grades. And I promise you, and Mrs. Blair really knows this, when the colleges are looking at your transcript, they know that we are on a very difficult grading scale. So if they see an A- in AP Calculus from the Catholic, they know that you've gotten 93, 94, 95% versus, you know, a lower grade at public school. So it's just different. It's not necessarily, I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying, if you have a tougher grading scale elsewhere in high school, you are going to be really well prepared for the rigor of college. Okay? So GPA, really important, plus orals, really important to get familiar with. If you have any trouble with that, please let us know. I think I have a few more minutes, right? Mr. Jones, I think I have a few more minutes. So the other thing I want to talk to you about with regard to college admission, but also with regard to your experience at JCA, is what Mrs. Blair said, and that is, or she started to mention it, is about getting involved. Now, normally, at this event, we have a lot of JCA students working, because we need them to. It's part of the experience of being a filming coordinator, is getting involved, being a part of the school. So if you go to a big old school, like let's say you're Joy West or Niqua or Plainfield Central, wherever you are, okay? You can kind of stay through 4 years and not have to do much because of a whole lot of kids, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it is. But here, it's very different because we need you to step up. We need you to lead. We need you to be involved. We need you to participate in events, in athletics, in extracurriculars. It is what makes us unique and different. But it is also to your advantage because it will prepare you for what you're going to need to do in college and in life. So let's face it, in life, when you get a job, you can't sit back and let everybody else do the work, right? You can't do that. You'd be fired. You have to step up, show up, do the work. Sometimes that takes courage, right? When you're in student council, you gotta get out and talk in front of people. Nobody likes that. No one really enjoys getting up in front and talking in front of people, but it's necessary work. It's needed to get that done, right? If you want to have a successful school, successful events, you need people to lead those functions, right? Takes courage, takes experience. But then that's what happens. You graduate and you feel at ease getting involved in college. And then when you go to apply for college for a job, you have experience because you've done difficult things while you were in college. So I shared the last group that last night I got a message from a parent, a JCA parent, whose daughter just graduated. She was very involved here in many things, this graduate. She got a terrific scholarship to a great university, and her mom messaged me last night and said, she is already, week 2 actually, it just dropped her off a week ago. She's already involved in student council, and she will be working in the recruitment office, if you will. So she'll be one of those people when you go into college that leads groups, works with the admissions office. She's already doing that. Already involved in student council the first week at the university that she's attending. Why is that? Because she's done it for 4 years. She has experience. So I encourage you to get involved. And it's not only important for college admission, but it makes your experience at JCA valuable. It makes it better. It's also how you make friends. So if you only stay friends with the, maybe 8 to 10 guys that you went to grade school with, or maybe that we met during football this summer, we're missing out. We're missing out. So what happened at football practice this summer, Graham? Did you meet some guys that you didn't know before? Did you meet people from different schools? Are you with them together at Rudy's? It's pretty cool, right? I can remember my daughter, who was a junior, her freshman year, she right away at her last now you have lockers this year, but normally you're gonna have lockers. But just the experience of that boy, the laughter that he brings, the joy that he brings, because he's unique, he's different. He's much different than my daughter Sam. And what she learns from him is it makes her experience through a JCA better, just like the guys on your team. But it shouldn't just be limited to your team, right? You have to step outside your box, because sometimes the person that's doing something that you would never have done, they have something great to offer you, right? So look for that in one another. Don't let 4 years go by, and then all of a sudden you go on fireworks, and you meet these like 20 other people that you never really talked to before for 3 years, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, they're pretty amazing. Why did I wait all this time to talk to them, right? Don't do that. Reach out right away. Find the greatness in one another. It's there because God gave it to you, right? That's from God, from no one else. And here at JCA, we can talk about that. And we will. We will. And we will share that. It's our responsibility to do so. All right? I expect greatness from you. I don't even know you yet, some of you. I know some of you, but I don't know some of you. But I already expect. I'm looking into this crowd, and I know that there will be greatness that happens from this group. How do I know that? Because I trust God. Because God created you. And I watched it happen for 20 years while I've been working here. You see it from people you never expect. And that's a beautiful thing. If you look at someone's eyes and you listen to what they have to say, it takes almost no time to recognize that. So be that person. Be that person that looks for the good in others. It matters. Alright? Your experience at JCA is only what you make it. It's only what you make it. It's not for anybody else to make it for you. So, if I don't get involved, if I don't step out of my box, if I don't show courage, even if I don't have it, I'm going to miss out. And 4 years goes by so fast. Those of you who have siblings that have graduated, some far away in college, you know, right? It goes by fast. You've got to make the most of it. It stinks that we have to start out this way. It really does. But you know what? Sometimes in life we're throwing a curveball. And what matters when you're throwing a curveball? How you meet the challenge. The angels of knowing that we want to create at JCA are those that rise up and have courage. And that's what life will require of you. Alright? So, let's see. Mr. Gilbert, did I forget? I talked about, I know what I forgot. Advisory. So, how much time do I have left? 2 minutes still? I'm going to talk to you about advisory. What is advisory? Advisory is our counseling program. We will come into your homerooms twice a month. Starting August 31st, one counselor will come into each homeroom and talk for about 30 minutes. And that will happen 2 times every month. Ms. Cameron is going to join us too. So she will have topics sometimes, we will have topics sometimes. And we will cover all kinds of different things. We will from the beginning talk about, make sure your Naviance is set up. What is Naviance? That is our online college and career program. So you can start right away from the beginning. Once you get your activation code in September, you can start using that at home. It's a web-based program for college and career searching. And you can actually utilize that from anywhere. So it's web-based. You can do that on your phone. Not in school, but you can at home. So, Naviance, we will teach you about an advisory. We will also talk about really a variety of topics, including things like good decision making. What does that mean? Well, when you're 15 years old and you go to your first party, and there's things going on that you've never seen before, but you've been warned about, you're going to be prepared, because we'll have to talk to you about good decision making. Why it's important to make healthy, strong, good decisions. We'll also talk about things like social media, like Mr. Gilbert touched on today. Good decisions with regards to what you post, what that means for your future. We'll cover topics like, again, junior year, a lot of college focus, looking at schools, looking at what's important to you, what are the aspects of college campuses that you're looking for, all those things. We will cover that in our advisory program. So we'll meet with you twice a month for about 30 minutes in your homework period. Anything to add about advisory that I missed?
No,
together. But it will be based on your communication, like Mr. Miller said, talking to us in person or via email or via Teams. It will also rest upon your willingness to lead and be involved and to look out for one another, like we talked about before. Okay? So it's up to you. We are here to support you. We are advocates, and we will support you. We have our word. But we need you to lead. We need you to be excited, and we need you to show courage during this difficult time. I have no doubt, I have faith in you, and I have faith in God, that we will work through this, and we will come out stronger. The other side is going to be better, and we will be better for it. We'll be stronger for it. We will learn things freshman year that we never learned before, but we will use them in life. All right? Do you have any questions for me before we close? Anything about maybe class, curriculum, teacher, anything you want to add, subtract? Feel free. You're good to go. You have all your questions answered? Yes? Mrs. Marissa, how much time do we have left for this session? Okay, 4 minutes. So after the session, you guys have already been to the nurses session, right? Or no? Yes. So you're going to go now back to homework, I think, for the tax session. And what we're going to focus on inside is all kinds of just important information with regard to Teams, Microsoft Teams, and other important topics. And if you have any questions about the portal, plus portals that I talked about earlier, I want you to be sure you ask. Now, who are your former teachers? Let's see, Ms. Daniel, Mr. Kramer, and Mr. Jordan. So all 3 of those teachers, fantastic communicators. They understand technology. So if you have trouble working in anything with tech, homework is a great time. And all 3 of you have these 3 teachers that are fantastic and can help you. So homework can be a time that you are supported. You can work at homework, but you can also have questions answered, right? So let's say you have trouble with Teams or OneNote, ask Ms. Simon, ask Dawes, ask Mr. Kramer. They will help you. I've watched them do stuff, right? Sometimes they help me because I'll get into their homework and I'll have a problem with my tech set or whatever, all right? So you have great homework teachers, and then after that, you're going to walk through your whole schedule for the day, which is going to alleviate some stress because then you'll be able to see where you're going, meet your teachers, and you'll find that the rest of it is really pretty easy, okay? Anything else that we want to add before we leave? Yes, it's both. Okay, so the question was, for Mike, how many of you came to shadow day or spent the day with us already? A big portion of you, great.
If you don't know where our offices are, we're the second floor. Oh, we just all
Yeah.
the way
That's right.
down to
The
like
main entrance.
by the main entrance.
Above the main entrance.
Second floor.
So,
That's where you go if you receive a phone call to go to the counseling office.
yeah. So thank you for bringing it up. So I did not mention to you something I should have mentioned, and that is that we will call you down. So we come to you advisory, right? But we also will call you down. Normally, under regular circumstances, we would send a call slip to you with a runner, a student runner. They would bring you to your room, and then you would take that like little pass and you bring it down to the counseling office. So this year, we're eliminating that process so that we have you known in the hallway, right? So if I want to talk to Alex, for example, I would call Alex's teacher, and the teacher would say, Mr. Grant would say, yes, Ms. Moore wants to talk to you counseling. If that happens, you're getting a call to have your to go down to the counseling office. You will walk to the second floor, all the way down past the chapel. That is where the counselor's office and the Cameron's office is. Okay? So all our offices are there, and it's not a bad thing if you're called to the counselor's office. That's going to happen. It's a good thing. We will always call you down at least once a semester. Usually it's just to check in on you. Make sure things are good. We'll ask for updates about what you're involved in. We'll make sure everything is okay with your grades, your teachers. If you're having any challenges, that's our time to get to know you and you to know us. And then also your time to ask for our help. So know that we will call you down by phone, and then you'll go to the second floor, all the way down past the chapel, and you'll see a big sign that says counseling department. Thank you for reminding me to say that.